Greetings. This is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. We're going to cover a couple of topics here, but not one major. One topic that really has been on my mind is where your attention goes is where you resonate. Now that's a simple truth. We've heard it a million times, but what does that mean? When you look at reality, reality is stacked layer upon layer like a tower of pancakes. And the higher the layers, the higher the vibration, the higher the frequency, the higher the dimension, the higher the reality. The model of the universe is the model of creation. That's why everything is copied from that initial model of the universe. That's why when you look at the structure of the tree of life from the Kabbalah, you can line that up with, the body of man, the human body, right? This is why trees stand upright, right? At the top is the highest intelligence, and toward the bottom is the more base, the more dense earth element. The structure of the universe has nothing to do with good or evil. It's simply polarity. When you look at heaven, this is a realm that is further up the chain, right? Further up the tree. And the higher that you go, the more pure the light, the more pure the vibrancy, the more pure the resonance, all right? What I mean by that is, what is resonating? What is vibrating? This is the essence, the energy of the eternal, of the original. The energy of the creator, the original manifestation. As that energy goes lower and lower down the tree, it gains more and more dense physical vibration. The lower that it goes, it causes traits like solidarity. We get physical nature, right? The lower and lower that we go, the more attached it is to that physical nature, the more ingrained it is into that physical nature. Right? Now we're talking about the quote-unquote hell. People who are so attached, spirits, I should say, and souls that are so attached to the physical realm that they basically infuse with it. So it's not necessarily about you've been bad, so you're going to be tortured and burned in the lake of fire. Where these legends come from, they're all based off of the older scriptures, right? And the oldest scriptures that we have are the Vedic texts from India, And what we got to realize is these people figured out clearly the structure of the universe, all right? It wasn't left up to debate. It wasn't guesswork. It was clearly depicted in their books, In the Vedic texts, the structure of the universe is completely laid out for anybody to read, And the further that we get with science, the more that it correlates with the Vedic text. It talks about space. It talks about the earth plane. It talks about the hell regions, quote unquote hell, right? It talks about the dynamics of how the universe moves and rotates, how the sun works and all that stuff. It was already laid out. Because in the past, from what I understand, we spoke more in symbology, right? A picture tells 1,000 words. When you communicate with symbols, you're talking directly to the conscious mind and you're tying in feeling and emotion with the message. So it resonates and it hits harder, it hits deeper. In the fall of man, we started using verbal language, and this is where it gets very limited, very restricted. There's not much that you can communicate with words, right? The English language doesn't have a proper word for love. You know what I mean? The closest that we can associate love is with either lust or some type of admiration, or you already know all this stuff, the American standard. Like the Hebrew characters, very ancient language. The Hebrew characters weren't just letters, they were very complex. They also represented numbers, they represented elements and energies. It was easy to break down the symbology of the Hebrew alphabet. And when I say easy, I don't mean it's like easy to do. What I mean is it's easy to associate different characters with different things. Okay, but anyway, getting back to the point, where you set your attention is where you vibrate. So if you're lost in a world of anxiety, a world of fear, I don't know, these words sound way more dramatic than it really is, but you'd be surprised. I'm surprised that a lot of people that I know personally, when you really spend time with them, you start to see the loops and the patterns that go on in their mind. A lot of the fear-based programming, right? This is where anxiety comes from. When you're constantly in an anxious state, that means in your head, you're just running through negative scenarios constantly. The answer is very simple, but it's up to you to take it. When you walk through this world, you've got a 50-50 chance of anything happening, right? If there's something going on, you're either going to live or you're going to die. You pick which one is going to happen, right? You're in the driver's seat. You are in control. You can choose to go left or you can choose to go right. Whichever one you choose is correct. Period. This is how we end up in the situations that we are now. Because thinking patterns lead to decisions, lead to actions, which leads to manifestation. When you deal deeper with this spiritual practice that we are embarking upon, you've got to take control of your driver's seat, of the captain's chair. You've got to be the decision maker. You've got to decide that I'm going to choose the best possible outcome for the intent that I desire, right? If your rituals and your magic and stuff doesn't work, evaluate your thought process. Evaluate your internal beliefs, right? Don't sugarcoat anything when you look in the mirror. Sit down with yourself, do the candle meditation with the mirror, and have a conversation with yourself, right? See what's really holding you back, because you can't lie to yourself. You know when you're lying to yourself. So when you catch that lie, stop right there and break it down. Ask yourself why. Why are we thinking like this? Why are we really thinking like this? What happened to us in the past to make us think this way? Whose thoughts are these? Are these my thoughts? Or are they somebody else's who's been repeating them to me year after year after year after year? Right? I was in Walmart last night, and I really didn't want to go, but I was picking up something for somebody else. And behind me, a lady had her two boys, and I just overheard the conversation, and it was just so negative. Right? Like, they're talking about, the boy was talking about what he wanted to do when he grew up. It was something, ambitious. And the mom was like, you're not going to be able to do that. You're never going to be anything because your grades in school are so terrible. So you're never going to be that. All you're going to be good for is working at McDonald's. This is what she's saying to her son. All you're good for is working at McDonald's. You're not going to ever be that. And I wanted so badly to turn around and, have my comments, but I got a feeling that it wasn't really time for me to do that. That's their destiny to be worked out. And the little brother's making comments about how, there's only 14 recorded deaths dealing with such and such. I don't know if they're talking about drug use or whatever. And they're like, yeah, with your luck, you're going to be the 15th. Ha 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 ha. These are the thought cycles that these people are bouncing back and forth in their heads, right? Now, what kind of reality, what kind of mindset do you think that develops? Your own mother telling you you're not good for anything but working at McDonald's. Your own family telling you, yeah, you're the type of person who would be one of those rare, strange, stupid deaths. I don't know about you, but I feel that that's awful. But there's families out there and people out there who communicate to each other like this, who communicate to themselves like this. And when you're communicating to yourself like this, it's usually because somebody else put those thought patterns in your head. So the preliminary work before really doing anything seriously, deeply magical, is to fix your mind. Okay? And I'll go ahead and give you the benefit of the doubt. It's not your fault, right? Most of the time, it's not your fault. You're a child, you're a baby, people raise you, people speak things over you and into you, and you have no choice but to accept it because that's all that you know. But as you begin to mature and get older, you start to realize that those thought patterns are causing things to happen in your life. So it's very important to take control of those thought patterns. You interject when those negative cycles begin. When those words start bouncing around in your head, you're no good, you're not worth anything, nobody loves you, you're alone, this is stupid, we don't do this, so you shouldn't do it either. Those type of thoughts. Stop them. You have the conscious power to stop them and replace them with better thoughts, with different thoughts. Right? You don't have to agree to that. You don't have to agree to any of the negativity that's going on in your mind. It's a process, but trust me, with repetition, you can reprogram your subconscious mind. Take up your armor and fight back. Because where you resonate is where you end up. If you're vibrating on those lower frequencies, those negative, destructive, self-depreciating thoughts, that's the type of reality you're going to bring into your own life. Right? I'm not saying anything strange. You can test it for yourself. You've probably been through it. It takes an extra effort to think higher, to vibrate higher, to be more positive. It takes an extra effort, right? But anything that's worth anything is worth fighting for. The reason I spoke about the cosmology of the Vedic system is the way it's situated is the purest entities live higher and higher and higher to the point that they don't have ego. Really what it is as they go up the tree, they remove traces of the four elements within them. Because the four elements are what pull us down. The four elements are gravity. Now keep in mind also, this is not good or evil. This is just fact. This is just how it is. The more of the elements you have within you, the heavier, the more dense that you are. In the higher astral realms are certain ascended masters who are strictly meditating to purify themselves and get rid of the elements, to detach from the elements. And as you go down the pole, the more attached to the elements that you are, the heavier, the more dense, and the lower you're going to vibrate. People who are more attached to money and wealth, and they possess the energy of the love of accumulation of material things, there's a special place in hell for them. Because they fused their personal essence with the energy flow of the earth element. So when they pass, their spirit is going to go where it's comfortable, where it magnetizes to, which is the earth element. Right? The same goes, for all the 7 deadly sins or what have you. The deeper you are connected to these things as a part of your personality, when you pass, you're going to end up in that place, or a part of you is going to end up in that place. Now, you can continue to be broken down until you essentially become absorbed by one of the elements. Or you can choose to fight against the current and bring your awareness and your attention and your thought process higher, liberating yourself from the 4 elements, right? This is why people who are a little bit more ascended and a little bit more enlightened, they don't care so much for this world of illusion. Everything in this world is created through the four elements. The four elements are like the only four ingredients in the universe, and everything in this physical plane is made out of them. But there's a fifth element that is above the other four. It is spirit. So the higher that you go up the tree is aligned with the more spirit you possess over the other four elements. So this gets really deep, right? But it starts in your mind. First and foremost, you want to make sure that you're in control of your thoughts. Listen, when one of these thoughts pop up, say to yourself, I'm in control. I decide what I think, and I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way, and do it. It's that easy. It's that easy. It takes practice, but it's that easy. And as you're doing that, your higher self and your lower self begin to align with your will. You're putting spirit over the physical world, and that's going to cause you to vibrate higher. That's all this is, putting spirit over the four elements. I wish I could say more, but I'm a little bit limited in what I can define, because how can I put it? I guess too much information can be harmful. But look, this is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777, and I invite you to join the Magus Society, which is the Facebook group where we discuss several topics in this field. We have thousands of books, gigabytes of books for you to study, and I've got a few ideas in the works to help us get a little bit more connected. But join the Magus Society, Magus. It's on Facebook. Put a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment if you have any questions or comments. And as always, I wish you peace.